I'm sure a lot of you already know that activist Adam Kokesh was caged a couple days ago in Texas by the Wise County Police Department. Once again, one of our fellow human beings was stripped of his freedom and is being held as a criminal. Now, I watched Adam's extended version video in which he records himself getting pulled over twice by Texas state troopers. The first time for expired tags because he had a temporary tag on the RV he was driving. The second time supposedly because he was doing 74 and a 65. Adam kept his cool during both stops, talking to each officer about libertarian principles, but he drew some criticism for letting his dog come to the window of the RV where the dog could have taken the opportunity to lunge at officers and create some unwanted problems. I mean, we've all seen and heard about the trigger-happy cops who are more than willing to kill your pet for absolutely no reason. During the second stop, as Adam is talking to the two officers, one of the cops comes up to him and informs him that they're going to bring a drug dog in to walk him around the vehicle. Dogs, of course, as we've seen, are used by cops to covertly trample the Fourth Amendment because trainers train them to alert on a vehicle at will, which according to them gives them the excuse to not respect your right to be secure in your person, house, papers, and effects, or in this case, RV. And remember, Adam's dog Baloo was also in the RV, so the police dog could have given an alert signal because another dog was inside the vehicle. After I watched the video, I called the Wise County Police Department to find out what Adam's charges were. Here's the brief conversation.
Wise County Jail, booking officer GT, how can I help you?
Hey, my name is Brian Young, and I'm calling about an inmate that was incarcerated today. Can I find out some information about him?
Okay, what's the name?
Adam Kokesh.
What can I do for you?
I just need to find out why he was incarcerated and if bail or bond was posted.
Let me see. Okay, he's in for possession of a controlled substance. Less than a gram, possession of a controlled substance. Let's see, less than 4 grams. And then possession of marijuana, less than 2 ounces. And tampering or fabricating physical evidence with intent.
Are there any specifics on that last one you just mentioned?
No, we only know what the charge is. We don't know the details of the charge.
Are those misdemeanors?
No. The marijuana charge, the possession of marijuana is a misdemeanor. The others are felonies.
So there's 1 misdemeanor, 2 felonies, and one. Is the last one that you mentioned a felony?
Yes.
And is there a particular court date for him?
He saw the judge today. I don't know anything other than that.
Okay, so we don't know what the bail amount or bond amount is?
Well, for possession of the controlled substance, PG1 is $20,000 surety bond. Possession of the controlled substance, PG2 is $35,000. Possession of marijuana less than 2 ounces is $1,500, and the tampering or fabricating physical evidence with intent to impair is $20,000.
Wow. Do you have a total on that? I didn't have my calculator out when you did that.
It looks like $76,500.
Okay, and do they have to post like 10% of that or 20% or anything? Is there a percentage on that?
It depends on the bondsman you work with.
There's speculation that the drugs were planted in the RV. I don't know. Whether Kokesh had drugs or not, nothing immoral was done. No crime was committed, no victims suffered harm. And no matter how you slice it, this is literally highway robbery, extracting $76,000 from one man who did no harm to anyone. Here you have an organized crime ring under the guise of protecting and serving the public. This idea of having to get permission from another person or group of people to be able to drive your vehicle down the road or go fishing in a river or open a business is insane when you actually sit down and think about what's happening. And what is a license after all, but the government taking away from you a right you already have by the implied threat of force and selling it back to you by the way of the purchase of a permission slip. And if you don't use that permission slip, men with guns will come and make you pay a fine or throw you in a cage. I'm sure most of you know how bail bonds work, but here's a brief summary. Bail is a financial arrangement with the court that a bail bonding agency will make on behalf of the criminal defendant. A bond is a surety that the full bail amount will be paid, but some courts will accept either the full bond or a 10% cash down payment for the release of a suspect. So they take your freedom from you by throwing your ass in a cage, but they'll let you out if you pay 10% of what they're asking up front and in cash. Let's call it what it is. It's an extortion racket. 76 grand? That's off the charts. The fact that there's this class of people called politicians who write arbitrary things down on fancy pieces of paper and call them laws, then adding insult to injury, people with costumes, badges, and guns funded by the theft of the populace called taxation, enforce those arbitrary laws on the people that aren't harming anybody is nothing but criminal. These laws are used to generate revenue for the state or county through the use of police force and intimidation. The cases are heard in the state-funded courts where, if you have to hire a defense attorney, will cost you even more money. Adam committed no crime. He didn't endanger anyone's life. He's in jail because he didn't produce pieces of paper with fancy writing to enforcers of the political ruling class. Make no mistake, things are declared legal because they have the blessing of a group of political parasites. If something is declared illegal by the political elite, and you do that which is declared illegal, men with guns will come to you and do you harm. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Adam Kokesh is not a criminal. Even if he did have drugs, the only reason he's in jail is because a human being with a uniform was following the immoral orders of a human being with a suit and tie. And the sooner we stop imagining that some people have a higher claim over the life and property of other people, the sooner we can improve society. Here's the number to the Wise County Jail and District Attorney, Barry Green. Maybe we can help Adam out. I'll leave all the information in the description below, plus a link to the site that was set up for Adam if you want to help him financially. By the way, I'm told Adam's dog Baloo is safe and has been picked up by a friend. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.